Hey, this is Coronavirus Diary Update, April 14th. The Our family is fine. I ran 4 miles on that thing this morning. That's my microphone, so I can sing while I run. Um, we're getting by. I'm very concerned for the fate of this country and the push to open it up, the declaration by the president that he has absolute power, um, the restricting of mail-in ballots is like systemic disenfranchising. If there's one thing we should be fighting for right now, for the sake of our country, it's the ability to continually vote. You can't let things like a pandemic get in the way of voting. You just can't. Like, the country actually means more than the pandemic. Talk about friggin', dying for the economy. That's BS. But we saw in Wisconsin, people stood in line to oust a Republican Supreme Court member, risking their lives to defend what they saw as democracy. And it won. I mean, the democracy won. The voters got their say. That's why democracy won. But at what risk? You can't ask people to risk their lives to vote. Your motives are immediately called into suspicion if you're like, nah, fraud and stuff. And so you won't even mail the majority of people ballots or allow an exception for, social distancing or coronavirus infection or, you just can't do it. You can't do it. It's really, really, really wrong. Airlines are getting bailouts while, I don't know, where are the checks going out to people? Where is the medical equipment? Where are the damn tests? Both the antibody tests and the serum virus RNA detection tests. We need all kinds of testing. We all need to be tested. And there's nothing to do with November, but yes, before November, we have to have figured some stuff out so that we can actually go out in public to vote. It is like our civic duty, our civic responsibility. And yes, I'm hoping the damn president will turn over. I mean, if he hasn't done himself in with, I call it Black February. I'm going to coin the term, Black February. All right? The time in between, I shut down travel from China, all the way through March, Easter's a great time, only to realize a few days later that has no basis in fact. Aspirational claims, he says. It's garbage. It's the biggest garbage I've seen. The flip-flopping between it's up to the governors and I have absolute authority. The flip-flopping on, 15 people, it's a Democratic hoax to 22,000 dead. And, New York had to revise its death toll up because there really weren't enough tests to verify that all these deaths were coronavirus deaths. So they did some back-of-the-napkin calculations and been like, you know what? A lot of these deaths that sure look like coronavirus belong in that coronavirus buckets. And I just know how that's going to be characterized as fake news. It's you took some flu people and put them in the coronavirus bucket. They are so, at a federal level, allergic to responsibility, allergic to taking action. They put it off, they threaten, they do everything but take action. I'm worried for that, but for our family, that's a little bit of an improvement. I mean, we are less worried, I think, for our health and the health of our loved ones. We've done our best to see everyone in our immediate family. I would say that ties are strong to our immediate family, and that's important, and that's doing all right. So I'd rather, I mean, I don't want to have to choose between country and family. I'm glad that our family's good. I'm really worried about our country. And we'll see what the next weeks bring.